And welcome back to Stormont for the conclusion of the third ODI, deciding ODI between Ireland and Afghanistan. And here are the highlights early on. Shazad squirted one down to third man off Boyd Rankin, and Afghanistan went about their task quite rightly, quickly, and looked to get onto anything loose. Beautiful shot down the wicket there for 6, and also a hook shot, and probably that one of the shots of the day, as was described earlier, brilliantly fielded by the cameraman. So quite rightly, Afghanistan going in pursuit of this total quickly, and Ireland have so much to do, and an array of beautiful shots from the Afghanistan batsmen until this happened, and Ireland sneaked a wicket just before the break. Ian Gould, no hesitation. Tim Murtagh absolutely sure and been the pick of the Ireland bowlers in this series. So there we are. That's the target, 72 from 39.3 overs. Not that that's going to be the issue. The issue really is, can Ireland take 8 wickets? And coming in on strike is Shahidi. And we'll use this opportunity to welcome all our viewers locked into this game worldwide, including former Irish player Trent Johnson. And Shahidi immediately away for what will be a comfortable 2, chased down by Simi Singh, and watching with his son Charlie. So we welcome you, TJ, and hopefully maybe inspiration from you might be able to garner the remaining 8 wickets that Ireland need to win this match. So, Bassett, the equation is pretty simple.
Inspirational, sensational, something dramatic, major collapse. That'll do. Otherwise, all sense and purposes, you would think that the Afghans would walk this.
Yes. Again, interesting in terms of choices, psychologically even, Bassett, to play on the pitch that they lost on as opposed to the pitch that they played on. Obviously, being your home series. That's the over. 55 for 2, Afghanistan. So, continuing, again, Boyd Rankin. Looking around the field, Bazzy, any sort of changes you might make? 2 slips. Interesting, we've just heard. Previous dismissal was given as caught behind and not LBW, Bazzy. Might have been LBW as well, had he not nicked it onto his pad.
The only thing that I could think of is, because of the pitch is quite slow, and there's not a lot of lateral movement, so next towards the slip and gully won't exactly be the wicket-taking option. Would more look at somebody at short cover, short mid-wicket, somebody on the drive, because more likely on a slow pitch to mistime your drive, but otherwise really work cut out for Ireland.
Certainly looking a fair degree of control here. And here's the wicket as we look at it now. And for everyone out there, that's been given as caught behind. Rankin looking to go full there, potentially York. Did you not? Looks a good orthodox player. Bazzi.
He has looked to hit down the ground. Very refreshing that he actually used his feet to the medium pace of Murtagh and tried and hit him over the top. Obviously difficult against Boyd Ranking with his height and with his bounce, but against the medium pace on slow wickets, it's an option where you use your feet and get to the ball. And he did that a couple of occasions. He looks to hit the ball straight, which always helps.
Oh, and that is a huge shot. Eased inside of it, pulled away for 6. Fantastic shot, that. And played with a great degree of comfort, loads of time, and it sailed over the boundary ropes for 6.
Might be on the road, that.
Yes, smashed. High, wide and handsome. Too short from Boyd Ranking, but into position so early. Strong boy hits it a long way.
So Murtagh continuing, and played attentively by Shahidi. They look very comfortable, both players, on the back foot. But let's have a look at this shot again. Just rocks onto the back foot and times it beautifully, and it goes well over the ropes for 6.
Just the way the Afghans have batted, it just seems as if the ball is coming onto the bat. That's slightly better than previous occasions. It's a little bit of pace on the ball from Boyd Ranking, but even from Murtagh, they've been able to drive and defend a bit more securely.
Well, again, when you're chasing a low total, poking and prodding isn't really the way to go about it. The bowlers had done their job magnificently in the Irish innings, and Ireland stuttered along before eventually being all out for 125. And again, interesting too to see Paul Sterling taking up a position at second slip extremely close. Maybe it's something they've spotted. Shahidi has edged a few through there with softer hands in the previous games. So the other side of it is you can be taking your life in your hands there often. I know Joe Root goes in there and fields with a helmet, but not today for Paul Sterling.
Pushed towards that offside, and the one disappointing aspect for Ireland will be their batting throughout the T20 series and the ODI series. They've never been comfortable, they've never seemed to click, and it's telling that way. Hasn't had a great ODI series, William Porterfield. Apart from Balbirnie, no batsman really capitalising.
Oh, and that looks extraordinarily. And that's the over, 62 for 2. So there we are, that's where the series lies, 1 each, and Afghanistan on the verge of taking the Gulbahar Cup. They need a further 63 to do that, with Boyd Rankin continuing.
Just getting the ball to nip back in, and I suspect it's hit him outside that off-stump line. That's what saved him, but Mota, again, very close to those stumps.
It'd be very interesting to see that, Bazit, just if we, on the point of contact, was he hit outside the line or not? And again, poor delivery from Boyd Rankin. Long, full toss and just dispatched to the boundary. I'm not sure, Bazzi, but I'm sure the batsman felt he might have been dead there.
Rankin responds to being hit down the ground. That was just a full toss which is bunted down the ground for a boundary. And the next ball, he comes back to his length, that short of a length, into the rib cage. That one's just gone through. Beat him all hands up. Maybe just nipped back, but beaten for pace.
Gets in this trigger position very early, Shahidi, and covering everything in front of him, or should I say behind him. And everything a wee bit static there. Probably the best of the days weather-wise here. Clear blue skies. Lovely end of summer days. Autumnal, obviously, in the morning, but lovely now mid-afternoon, and it's there to be seen. Obviously, they're the Afghan faithful who've been here every day, nearly chopping on Shahidi. 66 for 2 from 14. So 59 required, and Tim Murtagh to continue to Ichanat, who's played very well for his team here today. Orthodox right-hander.
Very quick on that short ball. Didn't get all of it, but he was looking to pull straight away. Gets a couple of runs through that onside. He likes rocking back, and that pull shot just went past that mid-wicket. Didn't get it in the middle of the bat, but good shot nonetheless.
I think it'll be a feature that Phil Simmons and his coaching team will be focusing on in the lead up to the next World Cup. There's no doubt about Afghanistan's T20 form, but it's the batting in the longer one-day format that will potentially pose more of a problem for them, as was exemplified in the qualifying tournament when they lost their first 3 games, but eventually got through. Ichanat getting restless, advancing down the pitch, quite rightly. Ireland with the field in, and must have just touched his foot there.
Really fancies the medium pace. Seen him advance down the wicket, hit it straight down the ground. Now looking to whip it on the onside.
Be interested in your thoughts, Bazzi, relative to that. Obviously, you know, you extol the virtues of their T20 form, their, you know, the continuous hitting, and obviously we saw Zazai coming up, but now looking at what Afghanistan have coming up, fast and furious. You can clearly see there, 17th of September and the 20th of September, 2 big games for them in the Asia Cup.
Certainly not shy of lofting the ball, and he said he fancied this medium pace from Murtagh, and once again, this time over the onside, over mid-wicket. But an impressive shot from Ehsanullah. Just let the ball come on and hit it through mid-wicket with quite a straight blade. So he's making sure he presents the full face off the bat.
That's good running. And again, he's virtually advancing every delivery. 15 gone, 73 for 2.
15 overs gone here for Afghanistan. They are currently 73 for 2.
And there's a wee bit of a resigned look to Ireland here. Afghanistan racing along and looking to get this finished in a hurry. Looked very composed, Bassett, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's looked good at the top of the order. And he's looked to hit the ball straight, looked to use his feet against medium pace. He's good on the pull shot, so he's got all the shots. And he seems quite organized in the way he goes about it. So I'm just turning it to the leg side, thinking of a second.
Simi Singh quickly to the ball, preventing a second. Good piece of fielding. So, all very comfortable here for Afghanistan. Well, I certainly think Ireland need to be looking for some sort of a change. Both bowlers have remained unchanged. We've got a left-hander in. We have McBride, Simi Singh. And I would imagine we might see a change at the Dundonald end. Next over. But there certainly needs to be something happening to ignite Ireland here.
Another full toss from Boyd Rankin. Another one just bunted down the ground from Shahidi. Yet another boundary. Afghanistan now cantering towards the finish. Full toss, just placed it down the ground. Didn't have to do much. But Shahidi gets another boundary. Well deserved.
And I'm sure after this match, Bassett, there'll be plenty of food for thought for the Irish management. Obviously, a number of players the wrong end of 30, and whether they believe there's fresh talent that can maybe inspire some change. 78 for 2 from 16. So there's the summary. Ireland 124, just not good enough at this level, but special displays of bowling, initially from the seamers up front, and then the quality spin of Khan and Nabi, and the Afghanistan batsmen are putting Ireland to the sword here, and rather surprisingly, Tim Murtagh continuing.
The next stage of development for this Afghanistan side obviously is the ODI stage. Yeah, you talk about the T20 form, they're getting there in T20, but in the ODIs, their batting needs to develop further. I think with the spin attack. It's always going to be potent, but they need quality batsmen to set the game up, and it's quite difficult for batsmen to learn their trade. It takes quite a long time, and at this level they need to know exactly what their game is and how to build innings, and that'll come with experience. The good thing is that they've got a lot of stroke players, so you can work with that and maybe tighten them up.
Oh, that's a class shot. Just in front of square. Fantastic shot. Played on the up. In complete and utter control with a good foundation. And have a look at this. That's a real touch of class there. Just in front of square. And eased away to the boundary for 4.
He's played quite a few of these really pretty shots. This one through the offside in complete control. So he places that to the fence. Yeah, and Afghanistan just need maybe more experience at ODI level, playing against bigger teams and being able to develop as a side, as a batting unit. There we go again. You can see the talent. You can see the class that they do possess. It's about harnessing that talent and taking it to the next level. Short and wide and spanked through the offside. Ihsanullah is playing a little gem of an innings.
Well, not much resistance from Ireland here, which, whatever way you want to look at it, make Afghanistan fight for every run that they've got to get here. And it's 17 gone, 86 for 2. Well, the problem with that diagram is Ireland had lost 5 wickets, Afghanistan 2, and they are coasting along to victory here. Only 39 required, and in certain instances at last, Bazit, a change. Andrew McBride coming on. So McBride, who's bowled 1 over in this match to this point. Fought hard with the bat, rear guard action, but wasn't easy. In with the tail. But from an Irish perspective, let's hope he can do something.
He's just a front sky, happy with that?
The Afghans are going in the right direction. They've got now a domestic tournament which is supposed to be quite competitive. And also they're going to have a T20 league which is supposed to be played in Sharjah. So these kind of tournaments, this kind of domestic cricket,
I think everyone has a T20 league now, Bazzi.
Yeah, it's important, especially for T20 cricket, and having that league in place, obviously financially as well as development of a lesser nation. goes a long way. Shahidi with the sweep shot, took it on the full, and yet another boundary.
Well, this clinically put away. Good position and taking it on the full. Making sure he got it behind square to that vacant area, and it raced away for 4.
And with the success they've got, they can now look at bigger things.
And the other thing, going into a World Cup with the spin attack they have and maybe the unearthing of 1 or 2 other seamers, they're going to get 1 or 2 games where they bowl opposition out, and it's this area of the game, again, sloppy piece of fielding from Peter Chase brings Afghanistan another 2, and that's the over. 92 for 2. Waringstown and Merriam. 12:30. And to take us to a probable close will be John Kenny and Peter Gillespie.
From the Dundonald end, number 28. Peter.
Thank you very much, Alan. Yeah, it's looking pretty ominous now. 92 for 2. Ireland getting early success. Shazad and Ahmed Shah just before lunch. 53 for 2 at one stage, but these two look well set now. Christ would catch it, but there's nobody down there. Just dug in a little bit. Andy Balburney with the chase around. 3 to the total.
Peter Chase starting off there with the short delivery again. Hasn't had much success with that ball so far in this innings.
Beautiful sunny afternoon here. Sun shining on Afghanistan. They're going to win this Gulbahar Cup Series by 2 matches to 1, unless they get a dramatic collapse here. Just 30 now needed. Peter Chase from the Dundonald end.
Yeah, I think deserved winners, John. I would agree there. I think over the 3 matches, the Afghanistan quality has shown through. Ireland, of course, won the second match, but overall haven't got the grips with the Afghanistan attack.
And you can also see in the batting department, Najibullah has hit 12 sixes in 2018 in ODI games. Nabi 9, Shazad 9, Zadran 7. And Shah's also got 7. Compare that to Ireland. Kevin O'Brien 9, highest in terms of hitting sixes for Ireland. Niall O'Brien 7, Paul Sterling 7. We would expect from him, the big powerful hitter. William Porterfield 5 and Simi Singh 4.
You think symptomatic of a problem overall in Irish cricket, John? Just don't have the same power as other nations?
Suggestion from Moe Shah talking to me. He did the first 2 games here that perhaps Ireland should be playing with shorter boundaries. The big hitters are going to clear the boundaries anyway. So if you're playing a home match and you don't have the power, shorten the boundaries. Looks like a wide.
It's not a bad shout from Moe Shah. As we watch that short ball there from Peter Chase comfortably loop over the batsman's head for a wide.
Just a mention of a game that's going to take place here tomorrow here at Stormont. The Irish Senior Cup Final, the Men's Cup Final, Waringstown against Marion. That's also take place here at Stormont. Expecting a decent crowd in for that here tomorrow. And hopefully they get the weather that they've got in the last couple of days here. Bit of an Indian summer now towards the end of August. And a terrific summer here in Ireland. 2018, heat waves, droughts, hosepipe bans. In fact, the hosepipe ban is continuing until the end of August and maybe beyond in Ireland because of the lack of rain. Unusual summer, but a beautiful summer. And this T-shirt weather, even at the end of August. Quick single, and they get home. End of the over, 97 for 2. .28 runs required for Afghanistan. We call it an Indian summer, this neck of the woods, and our Indian producer has just informed me he's gone out and bought a jacket. So, always be prepared.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic summer so far, weather-wise, for Ireland's first summer as a...
One other chance in the previous over. Andy Balbirnie in quickly. Runs. Backward a square. Is that going to run all the way? Tim Murta in the chase. That's going to pull up short of the boundary. And run through for 3. All a bit funereal here, and they've reached the century mark.
Comfortably so, John. John looking very good for his 43 of 48. Looking at ease with the conditions, at ease with the bowling attack, and at ease with this run chase.
William Porterfield won the toss and decided to bat. It's now looking like a wrong call, obviously, to have batted first. But having said that, Ashgar Afghan also admitted that he would have batted first. So, you know, conditions same for both sides out there. Although this afternoon, the track has obviously dried out considerably as well. And Afghanistan do have the better spinners in their attack. There's no doubt about that. Rashid Khan has taken 8 in the series so far. Aftab Alam, indeed, his medium pacers were pretty good this morning. Very accurate, took 2 for. Gulbadin chipped in with a couple. And even the captain, Ashgar Afghan, got Gary Wilson with his first delivery.
Well, on the balance of things, John, you can say that over the course of these 3 games, Ireland's strength has been their bowling attack. So win the toss in early conditions and up to bat. It's certainly raised question marks over William Porterfield's decision to do that.
Can't beat hindsight. 1 slip in for McBrien. Last ball of this over. Beats the outside of the bat. 101 for 2. It's been a low-scoring series, this Gulbahar Cup, one-day international. Afghanistan 227 on last Monday, 182 on Wednesday. Ireland chased that down. Should really have won the match on Monday, but Those wickets at crucial times, and on and those wickets at crucial times here today as well. Very low score. 124, 125 is the required runs. Afghanistan now into three figures. Peter Chase coming around the wicket from the Dundonald end. Earlier in the day, Ireland all out for 124. I think really the crucial wicket was Gary Wilson there, getting out cheaply to Ashgar Afghan, a part-time bowler, just bowled the one over. Rashid Khan was off the field, so he's kind of forced into that change. And then he got rid of Gary Wilson. There was a little momentum builder there between Gary Wilson and Andy McBride, but as soon as he went, Ireland just collapsed after that. Any thoughts about building an innings up to the 180, 190 mark disappeared out the window when Wilson went?
Yeah, really just split that partnership. It was the only partnership of the game, John, that really threatened to get any foothold in the innings. And you have to say, a soft dismissal. That was the death knell for the Ireland innings.
Pulled away. There's two fielders down there, and it's going to split both of those. Paul Sterling, one of those. And Kevin O'Brien can't prevent that from crossing the boundary ropes. And Afghanistan moving inexorably now towards their total.
Yeah, Peter Chase with the short ball again. And comfortably dispatched.
This is the Afghanistan Premier League, which will start on the 5th of October right through till the 23rd of October. 5 teams involved. It's an ICC-sanctioned event. 40 overseas players involved in the inaugural Afghanistan Premier League. It starts on the 5th of October. That's his 50. And a good innings to spin too. Janat was dropped for the game on Wednesday. He replaces Zazai today in his second appearance in the Gold Bahar Cup Series against Ireland, and a well-merited 50.
Indeed, John. He's looked very comfortable throughout his innings. 2 sixes, 5 fours. And he has responded well. Been brought back into the team.
It's his third 50 for his country. His highest score is 54. He's closing in on that now. End of the over, 108 for 2. That's 55 from 63 deliveries, this third wicket partnership, and 50 for Ishanullah. Janet, the 20-year-old. Made his debut against Zimbabwe. Faced Ireland twice in Sharjah last year, made 10 and 20. This is a high score for him. Getting past 50. And Afghanistan moving closer and closer to that 125 for victory. Cries of catch it, and they won't stop that. Down on one knee, whipped around the corner from Janat. Lovely shot. And he's just enjoying himself out there now in the August sunshine. He's making hay.
He's making hay, John. He's strolling comfortably to victory. Taking his team there with ease.
On the wicket now for Andy McBride. Difficult, you know yourself, Peter. Your former Irish international, be standing out in the field, watching another team just closing in easy on your target, no matter what target it is, high or low. But if they're just in a very comfortable position, your head's down, and you're just waiting for the end.
Yeah, these games tend to peter out, and Ireland here certainly, you can see by the players' body language, they know this is done, and I think they'll feel disappointed with themselves.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to get the thoughts of William Porterfield at the presentation at the end of this, and his decision to bat first, having won the toss. It's been a disappointing year for Ireland. Out of the World Cup next year, Afghanistan will be heading there with the West Indies. The two qualifiers from the tournament in Zimbabwe. There's more runs there. Ireland on a bit of a losing streak. A couple of T20 wins against Scotland coming into this series. Lost the T20 series in Breedy. And now Afghanistan 116 for 2. That's the home games Ireland played this year, that historic first test against Pakistan. In credit to Ireland, they took Pakistan down to the last day and had them in trouble at one stage, 3 down. That's another 4 runs, pulled away to mid-wicket, goes all the way to the boundary, and the target now getting very, very close. But they were smashed all over the ground by India in the T20 series. Lost the T20 against today's opponents, Afghanistan, last week by 2-0. The third match abandoned. 1-1 coming into today's game. The third and decider of the ODI series. And now they're going to go down to defeat to Afghanistan once again. The one that will hurt, though, is that World Cup qualification defeat in Harare earlier on this year.
Yeah, Ireland off the big stage for the first time in years. Time will tell what impact that will have on the game here at home, John. And the season to follow, as you said, has been disappointing. I think Graham Ford, William Porterfield, Gary Wilson as the T20 captain will have a lot of work to do, along with the selectors, Andrew White and his team. We'll sit down and see where Ireland can go from here. And I wouldn't be surprised myself if I've seen a few new faces.
Yeah, they're part of the Future Tours programme next year. And have that 4-day test against England, a 1-day international. They play Bangladesh, Afghanistan again, Pakistan as well. So there'll be lots of games for Ireland, but now, as you say, it's up to the selectors, and will we see some of the old stagers who've served Irish cricket so well since they hit the world stage back in 2007. Irish cricket owes them a huge debt, and the Irish cricket nothing. Like Niall O'Brien, William Porterfield, fantastic servants for Irish cricket. But here in Stormont, total getting ever closer now as the ball's worked down to fine leg.
I think these two teams have a long history together over the last couple of years, and with that Future Tours programme, I think they're going to see a lot more of Afghanistan, and maybe next time it'll be a good barometer of where Ireland are compared to this series.
And there will be due a test match against each other as well. It hasn't been fixed yet. The likelihood is that there will be a test match between these sides next year, and that will also be a good barometer.
It will. They've played each other mainly over the white ball format, bit of I-Cup in the last few years, but getting a test against each other.
4 needed. Make that 3. Highest one-day score for Shalula Janat. He's gone to 55 now. His previous 54. Shahzad 30 not out. Just 3 runs needed now for victory. We'll get an early finish in the middle of the afternoon here in Stormont. End of the over. 121 for 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of today's play, there will be a short presentation. We would ask all spectators to not to come on to the pitch at any stage at the close of play. Please do not come on to the playing area at the close of play. Thank you.
It's now 1-2 for 2 at the end of 23 overs. And Janat making a well-deserved 50.
Yeah, he's looked very comfortable, John. 6 4s, 2 6s. Some lovely shots in that innings.
On the cusp of victory here. 3 needed. Niall O'Brien, the only one appealing that. The bowler wasn't interested at all.
Stretching his vocal cords.
Quick single. Continuing that 50 for Janat.
Yeah, you can see there he's just looked in control the whole innings. Kept his head very steady, played with lovely control. Punished anything that Ireland have served up to him. And now he's going to see his side home comfortably.
Two runs required. And that's it. Might as well do it in style. Wheeled around to mid-wicket. And Afghanistan complete an 8-wicket victory. It's comprehensive from their point of view. Ireland very disappointing today. Abject batting performance. Never got going at all. Little hope for Ireland. Afghanistan at 53 for 2. But in the end, it's Janat and Shahidi who take them home to victory by 8 wickets, and they win the series by 2 matches to 1.
Yeah, they won the series comprehensively, and you have to say, John, well deserved. They've played the better cricket over the 3 games. Ireland's batting affair has just Andy Balbirnie aside. They haven't fired, they haven't got the runs required, and they've paid the price with a 2-1 defeat. Very, very deserved victory for Afghanistan here today and in the series.
So congratulations to Afghanistan. A shake of the hands from the umpires and the Irish players to the 2 Afghanistan batsmen and the Afghanistan fans who've been here. A little cluster of them to the right hand side of the pavilion, wave their flags in celebration as the ground staff make their way onto the ground to prepare the ground for another game tomorrow. It's the Irish Senior Cup final. Waringstown and Marion. The 2 Afghanistan batsmen walking off to warm applause from their teammates. Congratulations to Afghanistan. They've held the whip hand over Ireland in both the T20 and the ODI series. T20 2 matches to 0, and then now the Wonder Gulbahar Cup in the ODI series by 2 matches to 1.
Yeah, John, I think it's comfortable to say Afghanistan ahead of Ireland at the moment. As you can see, the batting card here. Shahzad went early, carved one down to 3rd man, and a good catch held by Tim Murtagh off the bowling of Boyd Rankin for 1. Ramat, the other batsman to fall, caught behind, and the bowling card.
Yeah, such as it is. Just the 2 wickets to fall. Tim Murtagh, 1 for 39. Rankin got the other one, actually caught by Tim Murtagh, down the third man, 1 for 30. Peter Chase and Andy McBride, no wickets for them. So that's the summary of the match. Ireland making 124, Afghanistan reaching that 127 for 2. And Afghanistan won by 8 wickets to take the series by 2 matches to 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a short post-match presentation.
And Afghanistan lost an early wicket. The wicket-keeper going to the bowling of Rankin, caught by Tim Murtagh in the deep. And Janet got about the Irish bowling attack. And Ramit Shah as well joining him. He went on to make 33. But Ireland really had no answer to this Afghanistan batting in the sunshine in the afternoon here at Stormont. Some lovely shots all around the ground from both Janat and Ramit Shah. Now that initially we thought was LBW, but in the end it was given as a call behind to Niall O'Brien off the bowling of Tim Murtagh. There were 53 for 2 at that particular juncture, but Peter, in the end it was Afghanistan who took control and won pulling up.
Yeah, they definitely wanted a canter. Ireland just never got into this game from the start of the morning. Those early wickets by the Afghan seamers really put the brakes on Ireland's any momentum they were looking to get in this game. And it's been a stroll in the sunshine here for Afghanistan to take the series win. As we continue to see the highlights here of the Afghanistan innings, you can say, as John says, shots all round the wicket, very, very comfortable. Ireland never looked like they were in this game at all today.
And that's the winning runs. And that's the summary of the game. Ireland winning the toss, deciding to bat, making that low 124. Afghanistan making it in the 24th over, 127 for 2. And we will be back shortly with the presentation after this break. Okay. Well, welcome to the presentation. Ireland against Afghanistan for the Gulbahar Cup 2018. Afghanistan won the T20 series and now they've gone on to win the one-day series by 2-1. Terrifically entertaining cricket. I hope you enjoyed it at home, and those people who turned up at Stormont today, hope you enjoyed it as well. Now, first, our presentation party is going to be Aideen Rice, the President of Cricket Ireland, to make the presentation to the player of the series, ladies and gentlemen, for his 8 wickets, Rashid Khan. Took 3 wickets today and really the tormentor of the Irish team, particularly today. Rashid, can we have a quick word, if you don't mind? Congratulations, Rashid. You said at the mid-session interval you needed to tighten up your bowling today after the game 2, but you must be very pleased the way things went for you today.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, thanks to the Almighty Allah for the performance again. I think it's a big pleasure for me to get the man of the series here. It's quite tough to get the as a spinner in this condition. It was quite tough for me, and the way I bowled in the second match, it wasn't like I was not happy with that. But I just tried my best to come back well and to bowl in a good length area. Doesn't matter whatever the batsman is doing. I just want to be consistent with my line and lane. So that's what I did and got a success in that.
Sure. It's a great rivalry between Ireland and Afghanistan now. Have you enjoyed the whole series?
Yeah, I really love it. I think the best weather we had it compared to last time we came here, it was very rainy. So we had the good T20 series and now ODIs. Really enjoyed it and had the best, had a final 1-1. So it's always good to have a final in the series. So really enjoyed myself and hopefully we'll come again and enjoy the same.
Okay, thank you, Rashid Khan. Congratulations. Player of the series, ladies and gentlemen, Rashid Khan. Let's have a quick word with the losing Irish captain, William Porterfield. William decided this morning, having won the toss, that he was going to put themselves into bat. What did you think of it now, obviously, getting that low total? Was it a good decision?
Well, two different things there. Obviously, I don't think it was the wrong decision, but I think it was the wrong total. Obviously, we didn't do yourselves any justice with the bat today, and obviously once you're sitting at half time with that kind of total, you're always kind of up against it.
Okay. In terms of the series itself, any positives to take out of it?
Oh, look, I think our bowls have been fantastic. First two games, put ourselves in winning positions. If we'd have played the way in the second half in the second game, in the first game, we'd have won it with the bat. So I think we could have been quite easily 2-0 up after two games. So I think our bowls have been great. I think we've shown glimpses in the field, but we just came up short, majority of us with the bat. I think Balbo played very well throughout the series, but we probably let ourselves down a bit there.
Sure. Little break now for Ireland. Won't be a lot of cricket from the Irish cricket team for a little while, but you are at least on the future tours programme as well, so big games to come.
Yeah, that's massive. I think that's one of the things, especially the disappointment of missing out in the World Cup. We've got a lot more fixtures, and that's the thing that's been lacking. Every 4 years you get a major tournament, but we didn't have the cricket in between. Now for the next 4 years it's going to be the role reversal. So to have guaranteed fixtures is going to be massive for ourselves, and that'll obviously start with a lot of hard work this winter, but coming into January, February time we've got a busy period for the next 3 months, so it's something we'll be looking forward to.
Okay, well, best of luck on that. Well done. William Porterfield, the Irish captain. And if I could ask Ashkar Afghan, the captain of the victorious Afghanistan team, to join me now. Ashkar, congratulations. Very pleasing result today, and very pleasing to win by 2-1, I would say.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First, thanks dear Almighty Allah. We win the series because it's very important for us, because we have upcoming World Cup here as well. But I will give a lot of credit for our fast bowlers, especially in Aftab and Gulbadin. They bowled very well in the start. That's why they give a momentum.
Yeah. And you got a wicket yourself today. You must have been delighted with that.
No, wicket was good because we are happy both, because bowling first and bat first doesn't matter. But I will give a lot of credit to our fielder and bowler as well.
Sure. And you're, like Ireland, are a test-playing nation, so you'll have future tours programmes to come. You've got a World Cup. 2019 is going to be very busy for Afghanistan, isn't it?
Yeah, inshallah. We try our best, because our preparation will start for last 2 months for a World Cup as well and for test match as well. But in the last, I will give a congratulations to all Afghanistan people, and especially for these guys coming for support his team. داخل كل أفغان تبريكي में हमी سابقة के series ببردم हमें हमारा हमेशा كل دعاء كل شهاد كنين إن شاء الله ما कोशिश में كن كاميرا का series أفغانستان ببردم.
Always good to thank the supporters. Well done to Afghanistan, and the presentation of the Gulbahar Trophy is going to be made by Hewitt Habibi, the Business Development Manager of Gulbahar Group. So if you'd like to make that presentation to the victorious Afghanistan captain, Ashkar Afghan, Afghanistan, the winners by 2-1.
And there you are, the victorious Afghanistan captain with the Gulbahar Cup, and well deserved it is too. They outplayed Ireland today and richly deserved their series win, as the team joins Ashkar, and the happy bunch gather round for the usual series photographs and cheers and mementos that will be on walls for years to come. And of course, Afghanistan go now to the Asia Cup, and all in Ireland will wish them well on their travels there, under the tutelage, of course, of former Irish coach Phil Simmons and player and now fielding coach John Mooney. And there is the summary. Obviously comprehensive in the T20, a really good T20 team. They were beaten 2-0, and coming into the deciding ODI, Afghanistan victorious and played exceptionally well. And in terms of wrapping up, goodbye from us all here. Thanks to the commentary team and everyone associated with these fixtures. It's goodbye from us.